Hello friends, how are you doing? In the video of today, we will be speaking together about how to apply for a visa for the Philippines. And as always, in this video, we will be discussing almost everything, like starting with the visa policy of the Philippines, and after that, the application process, how to apply, how to fill the application form, and in the end, we will be speaking about all the required documents that you will be needing while applying for visa for Philippines. But before we start, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you have any inquiry or question, please write it below in the comment section and I will respond to you back in 24 hours. If we will look at the visa policy map of the Philippines, we will find that the Philippines is one of the few countries that give visa-free access to almost, like, I don't want to say all the countries, but the majority of the countries of the world. For example, all the countries of North America and all the countries of South America except Cuba, almost, or like the majority of the African countries, all European countries, Russia and Turkey and Australia, all these countries can have access to the Philippines with visa free for 30 days. Only Brazil can take it to 59 days. But there are also some important countries that need to apply for a visa before traveling to the Philippines, like India, Pakistan, Iraq, Iran, Egypt, Sudan. So in this video we will be explaining together how to apply for visa for the Philippines. The first thing you need is to fill the application form. We have here 3 application forms. The first application form from the Philippines embassy site in Egypt. The second application form is from the Philippines embassy site in New Delhi, India. The third is from the Philippines site in embassy site in Pakistan. So you can see the details are very easy. You have to print first the fill this form. You have to fill it manually, give all the details, your name, your nationality, and your contact number, and informations about your passports, and if you are, and whatever details they will asking you. They will ask you like several questions, some security questions about your condition, and then they will ask you to fix your photo here. And if we will look at the Indian form, also it's almost the same thing. You start by giving your details, your social status, your contacts, your passport, and all these details, and you have to print it first, and after printing it you have to fill it manually, and after filling it manually you have to write the date and the signature. For the Pakistani one, you will find that you can fill it on computer, like you can write your surname, you can write your given name, you can fill every section here on computer. This part is for you, particulars for the applicant, and here after that, in the next section, you will give details about your address, your father, your mother, your social status, and if it is for your first visit to Philippines or not. And you will answer some security questions, and in the end you will write the date, and you will also write your signature after, of course, printing them. So those are the application forms, and let me show you exactly where to get those application forms. If we look together at the website, this is the website of the Philippines embassy in Pakistan. You download the visa form from here, and for example, if you're applying from India, this is the site in India. First, yes, visa application, you click visa application. Once you click visa application, here you will download it. And if you're applying from Egypt, once you click visa application form, here you will be able to download it. And once you complete filling your application form, now you are ready to submit the application form along with all your documents to the embassy. So after filling the application form, it is time to submit the application form along with all the required documents. So if you're applying from Egypt, you have to just get into the site of the embassy in your country and choose contact us, and here that you will find that you can contact them. They are giving you their address and also their phone numbers and their emails, where you can contact them by email or by phone to book a meeting. Of course, if you are applying from India in New Delhi, they are giving you also the address and also giving you the email where you can send them an email and contact them, and also all the contact the address and the contacting email in the other cities like Mumbai and Kolkata. And of course, if you're applying from Islamabad, Pakistan, they are giving you also the phone number and also they are giving you the visa for the visa email, where you can send all your request to book an appointment, and you can contact them by phone. And in the embassy, there you will be submitting your document, and also you will be submitting the fees of the visa. And in the following section, we will be discussing together the required documents that you will be needing while applying, not only for this visa but while applying for any visa. Speaking about the documents you will need to apply for the visa, the first document is your passport. Speaking about the passport must be original. The issue date must be not older than 10 years with at least 6 months of remaining validity, and with at least 2 blank visa pages for the stamps. Number 2, you will need a photocopy of your passport. The passport photocopy is recommended to be colored, must show both data page and the photo page if they are separated. Number 3, you will need personal pictures. For the personal picture, you will need 2 pictures, not older than 6 months, clear, shows full face, with white background, and shows neutral expressions. No head or face covering accepted except for religious reasons. Number 4, you will need visa application forms. For the visa application form, it could be an online form, filled online, printed, then signed. It could be also a PDF form, filled on computer, printed, then signed. And also it could be a hand-filled form, printed, then filled, then signed. Its type depends on the country of the visa and will be explained individually in each video. Number 5, you will need a proof of status. For the proof of status, it varies. If you are an employee or work in a company, you will need a letter from an employer or HR office or your sponsor stating designation, the date of employment, the salary, the period of stay, purpose of visit, and financial arrangements shall also be mentioned. The letter must have an original signature and a stamp. But if you are an owner of your own company or a partner in a company, you will need a copy of the company commercial registry, and tax card should also be presented. And if you are a student in a school or college, enrollment letter should be provided. Number 6, for foreigners, you will need a legal residence permit. If you are not applying for a visa in the country of your own citizenship, you must provide the original and photocopy of your valid certificates of residence, employment, or student status, or other valid certificates of legal stay, provided by the relevant authorities of the country where the visa center is located. Number 7, you will need a proof of funds. You will also need a proof of sufficient financial means to cover the period of your intended stay. A bank statement for the last 6 months showing regular income. The original bank statement must show the applicant's name and be stamped and signed by the bank's representative. Please note that cash will not be accepted as a proof of funds. In case you don't have a bank account, a proof of any assets can also be presented. Number 8, you will need a flight reservation. The flight reservation is also an important document. A primary booking of flight ticket reservation must be presented, including the return trip. And in some cases, for some countries, this flight ticket must be confirmed. Number 9, you will need a proof of accommodation. You will also need to provide a proof of accommodation for the whole duration of the intended stay. It should be a confirmed hotel reservation. The confirmation needs to be issued directly by the hotel guest house and clearly state the visa applicant's full name, dates of accommodation, the hotel address, and the contact details. In case you don't have a hotel reservation, you will need an invitation by the Office of Citizenship and Migration Affairs or invitation from a host. The host can be company, friends, family, and it should indicate the address of accommodation. And those are some sites you can use to book your accommodation place. Number 10, you will need a health insurance certificate. In many cases, you will need a travel insurance certificate, especially for Schengen countries. It should be covering the whole period of stay, including the information on terms and conditions. The insurance should cover all medical expenses, including emergency hospital treatment and repartition of the period of your stay in the Schengen area, covering at least 30,000 euros. The travel insurance certificate shall be signed and stamped by the insurance company representatives or be able to confirm it online. Those are some sites of companies you can use for your travel insurance.